What's going on, guys? Bryan here, and today I'm going to take you through another online arbitrage tutorial with a coupon site. Today we're going to talk about Snagshout. Now, before we get into this, I first want to preface this by saying right here, this is something I talk about in my course too, and you'll see a complete example of this for the people that are cherry picking the online arbitrage videos, which if that's you, totally fine, but there are some things that you need to know and some other great websites that you're not getting if you're just watching these videos that are in the course. Don't link your Amazon account. You see right here, it says get early access to the best deals, link Amazon account. Now, this is not just a thing that happens on Snagshout, happens on a lot of the other websites. Don't link your account, please. Do not link your account. That will get it won't get your Amazon account banned, but it will get you banned from that coupon site on your IP address because it's against the coupon site's terms of service to resell the coupon products. But you're allowed to do it back on Amazon. So, also, a little caveat here, I dropped 3 coupon codes on the last video that I did, which I showed through my expenses, and I got a good, a response on that from a lot of people, so I think I'm going to go through and do my February expenses too. I plan on dropping that video relatively soon, so I'm sure that will come probably either, Sunday, Monday, or early this week. So stay tuned for that. I got a nice breakdown coming for you. I'll show the back-end business of all the online arbitrage, what I spent on products, how much I made in return, and the net profit. So, we'll talk about all that, so I'll give you the behind the scenes. But I dropped 3 coupon codes on that last video, and literally they were all claimed, by the way. It was super, super fast. But literally within, I think a minute of me dropping the video, someone must have known that I was going to do that. So literally that coupon code, the first one, I don't remember if it was the January one or the OA audit one or something like that. But whatever it was, literally within a minute of me launching the video, someone claimed that coupon code, which means somebody who scraped through the video and actually just was looking for the picture of the coupon code. So today I'm going to drop 2 more coupon codes, 50% off the Online Arbitrage Pro course, which is the first link in the description, as always, guys. But I'm going to say them, so you can't just scrape through and grab the coupon code. For the person that did it, respect. You're innovative. I respect it. Totally love it. But I'm going to make you watch this video, so I will give 2 coupon codes in this video. Stay tuned for that, but I'm just going to say them at random times, and you're going to have to watch the video in its entirety to find them if you're interested in the course. But I'm going to show you how to do, online arbitrage from Snagshout. This is one of the ones that I go over in my retail arbitrage course, so that's the first course that I actually launched. And I also have shown Vipon. I've shown, this will be the second Snagshout one. I've shown Slick Deals. And I think there was another one, but I don't remember what it was. I give away 17 more roughly in my Online Arbitrage Pro course, which basically uncaps your earning potential so that you can easily earn 5 to 10 grand from your computer doing online arbitrage. It's super, super easy, and I cannot buy all the products myself. I wish I could, but I can't. So I'm going to filter this. Let's jump in. I haven't set this up ahead of time. Whatever I find is literally going to run through with you right here. I'm going to show you exactly the rawest of experiences. So this is just like I would source through any other day when I'm on Snagshout looking for great products. I'm going to do it just like I would do that. So I might find bad products. I might find good products. And I think that that's a really valuable way to kind of show you the business model, how I approach different products. So we'll address certain products and different problems with certain products as they arise, so you get a better feel for, what's a good product and what's not. I do this a lot in my course, obviously, but I think this is really, really cool because I do know that a lot of people out there are cherry picking the information and not necessarily buying the course, which is totally cool, but I want to make sure that you don't make any, serious mistakes if you're just doing that. So what I'm basically doing is I sort on Snagshout specifically, and every coupon site's different. I like to sort through biggest savings percentage, biggest savings by dollar, and sometimes lowest price. That's just what I like to do if, you don't have a big budget. A lot of people ask me how much, I'm babbling on and on and on before this video. I'm just excited. The number one question I probably get in online arbitrage is, okay, what can I start with? What's the ideal amount that I can start with? And the answer to that is you can start with anything. So you could start with $50, or you could start with $5,000. It's a return on investment business, meaning that if you're spending $50, you're going to get a return on that investment that might be like $250. And then you can take that $250, buy more products, and get a return on your $250 return on your investment of the $250, and maybe make like $1,500 or $2,000. It all depends on the products. Each product's different. Each margin's different. Your profit margin. So if you were starting with 50 or on the lower end of that, I would always say, regardless of the coupon site, start with the lowest priced items first, because you're still going to find margins of like $10 profit margin, but you know, it kind of that way you're only spending like 20 cents to $2 potentially to get that margin, so it's a lot better for you. And obviously, something else I go over in the course is there are better times to source from every single coupon site. They vary. So I'm gonna go to biggest savings percentage here, and let's jump in. Did that sort? I think it did. And I'm also gonna hit show prime. And let's see what popped up. So this one looks pretty solid, actually, even though it's sponsored. And it's hemp, hip, and joint advanced for dogs. So let's go ahead and check it out. Let's view it on Amazon. It looks like the margin's there, and one of the I go through a lot of these. If you haven't checked out any of my online arbitrage tutorials before, I'll drop the link down in the description. I'll also drop a card up in the right-hand corner. I've done this countless times, so you can get a lot of different caveats, you know, and information if you want to go ahead and do this. Number one thing that I look for is, does it have a profit margin of at least $10? If it has a profit margin of at least $10, play ball. Let's check it out. I don't waste my time for, you know, anything less than $10. You could, if you wanted to, you know, maybe down to like 7, but you have to remember you are going to spend some money on shipping, but in the general scheme of things, you're not worried about shipping charges, because if you send them in bulk with enough, it's kind of negates the shipping charges. You might be paying like 5 to 10 cents per item to ship it into FBA. That's why I say keep it above 10. But if you're selling it at like a $10 profit margin, Amazon's going to take their fees, so it's just, my opinion, not worth the money to do it for anything less than, you know, 10, because you might be, you know, Amazon might take $4 or $5 in fees, and then you're only making $5. But this one has a profit margin of, it looks like 27 roughly, because you can sell it. It sells on Amazon for 30, and you can buy it for $3.30. So maybe like 26.5, 26.4, whatever that is. Let's view it on Amazon. First things to make sure is, does it sell for the price that's listed? It does, so that margin is still good. It's roughly 26, 27 bucks. It is Amazon Prime. You can buy items that aren't Prime. I don't personally like to, and I would urge you not to, but I've done it before and it works, and you know, there are great products. You just have to be a little bit more careful with them. So the very next thing to do is check the bestseller rank. It's got a 5,000 BSR in pet supply, so it's selling well. I always recommend, especially to people in my course, get the Jungle Scout app if you're dropping $300 for a course. And here's the first coupon code. It's 50, by the way, randomly. So FIFTY 50. That is all caps. If you drop that in the Online Arbitrage Pro course at the end, and when you're checking out, that promo code will get you 50% off. So 50 FIFTY. First person that gets that gets the code. There's only one claim on that code, so only one person, whoever's the quickest, will get it. I like to use Jungle Scout. I recommend if you're spending, you know, in the claim code person's, example, you might be spending $147. For normal people that are buying the course, you know, everybody else, it's $295, I believe it is. I hate that I don't remember that. It's $295. I'm like 95% sure. It might be $295.99. I don't remember. But you're spending about $300, so it would behoove you to spend another $99 on the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, just so you can be sure with the numbers, because you don't want to play guessing games. If you don't have the extension, my general rule of thumb is keep it below 100,000 BSR. It's just a good rule of thumb, because if it's below 100,000, it's typically selling one a day most of the time. But there are different market shares. There are different sales velocities in different categories on Amazon. So it's important to keep that in mind. That's why I say get this, so you can be 100% sure, because as you see, it's going to tell me what the monthly sales are. It's going to tell me what the daily sales are, what the rank is, what the revenue is, and so on and so forth. Always, another little caveat, not always, but 95% of the time, you want at least one review on the product. It shows that the seller's invested in the listing and they're going to reorder. So this has 198 monthly sales. I always recommend, if you're looking at the Jungle Scout app, at least 30, because that's roughly one a day. And these numbers will fluctuate, especially with newer products, which the majority of coupon products are. But this is clearly a great product. So just to run through the checklist with you again, and we're going to do a couple more products, so don't worry. It has the margin, right? We can buy it for $3.30. We're going to resell it back on Amazon for roughly $30, maybe a little bit lower to get the buy box, right? So, you know, maybe you're making $25 after shipping, roughly, maybe a little bit more. So that's a great margin. It is Amazon Prime. It has more than one customer reviews. If you're not using the Jungle Scout extension, it is below 100,000. If you are, it does have more than 30 sales a month. Everything checks out. Let's make sure that we can sell it. That's the next thing. So we're going to take the ASIM, we're going to post it into Seller Central and see if we can sell it. And we can sell it. So you can sell it in new and used conditions. Boom, you can sell it. This is a great product, $25 profit margin. That was pretty lucky. Not lucky. Usually I find good products, but I feel like the last time I went through SnagShout and the last time I went through Vipon, it was like It must have just been the time of day because it was a little bit later. It is 9:47, so little caveat there. The earlier on you go, the better the products. Not for all the coupon sites, but for Snagshot and Vipon, it definitely is. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was finding like bad product after bad product, and it looks so bad in the tutorial. But it's not typical. You can find great products usually. This one looks okay. Let's check it out. It sells for $150. It's 90% off. Let's see if it has a $10 profit margin. So it does. It sells for about $15 on Amazon. We can buy it for $150, thus making the profit margin roughly $13.50, right? So that's above $10 profit margin. Let's check it on Amazon. Now, this one is a little bit sketchy because it doesn't have any reviews. It is Prime, so that's a good sign. So that means that they've shipped it into FBA, which is what you'll be doing if you're selling these Amazon FBA Prime. And this is Amazon FBA Prime, Amazon FBA. And that's something else I talk about in the course in depth. You want to always ship it into FBA. You don't want to merchant fulfill it because you'll get the buy box at a higher price. And for a lot of other reasons, but the main reason is you'll get the buy box at a higher price because one of the things that Amazon factors in with buy box is obviously price, but it's also availability to the customer. How fast can that customer get that item? If it's in Prime, it's a lot faster. That's why I highly suggest that. Plus, it takes a lot of the liability and the onus off you as a seller because all the metrics fall on Amazon FBA and not on you as a merchant fulfilled seller. So, little caveat there. If I were buying this and everything else checked out, I would just go ahead and buy it, even though it doesn't have any reviews. I caution you not to do that if you're just getting into it. You get a little bit better the more you do this at finding good products and whether or not it's something that you want to take a chance on. When you're scaled all the way up to like $5 to $8 grand, like I am, a month, I buy products like this all the time, and it's just a shot in the dark that for $13.50. But let's go ahead and check it. I want to see what it looks like now. If it were a little bit lower, maybe it was like 80,000 bestseller rank, then it's maybe something I would take a chance on. Since it's a little bit higher and it's almost 200,000, 184,000 bestseller rank, I would avoid this. Doesn't have a review, so it doesn't even have one review. Whether or not you can sell it is kind of irrelevant. Would it sell eventually? Probably, if you bought one, and you could. But my whole idea is I want to make the money, but I want to make it fast. So what can I flip quickly to make money fast? Like I said, you could buy this, but you might be sitting on it for a couple weeks or a month because it doesn't look like it's selling very well and it doesn't have any reviews. So if we just check the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, it's selling under 5 of these a month. Another thing, though, too, is you can take shots in the dark like this because if you know anything about Amazon, and I'm also a private label seller as well, this person's clearly trying to rank this product. It looks like it's a brand new listing, so they're trying to get a review. They're trying to rank it, which means they're going to give a lot away, hence the reason it's on Snagshot as a coupon code. So that bestseller rank typically will go down. I'm like going up. It will have more monthly sales and typically go down. Not always, but in this case, it probably will. Still not a bad product to buy, but I would just caution new people especially not to buy that. Let's find another one. This one looks like beauty tape, and this one's like an antenna. That's a little sketch. That might be a good product, but I want to find good ones for you for sure, so we're going to skip that one. This one, it looks like what we just looked at, right? Kinda. Check that. Don't know what this is. Regular green. That's the hemp oil. I'm just going to pull a bunch up and we're going to check them all at once. Cell phone camera lens. And what is this? That's another good one right there. That might be a good one right here. This one might be a good one right here. And this one might be a good one right here. So we got a bunch of them that I'm going to check really fast for you. Let's find the joint supplement. This was probably a great one. Supplements are gold mines, guys, because the markup is so high and the coupon code is so low. This isn't even a good supplement markup. You're buying it for $4.50 and then you're reselling it back on Amazon for $30 roughly, hence the $25 profit margin. So that's good, but I found supplements where it's like some of them are like $50, buying protein powder, and you're buying it for like $2 and the profit margin is like 60 something. It's crazy. I've also found great supplements in beauty. Beauty's another great category. I found ones in beauty for like $90 profit margin, and I find them quite frequently. It's not that crazy. So let's check this one out. Looks pretty good. We'll move it over so I can keep track. Let's check it on Amazon. It does have reviews. That's a good sign. So it's got 6 customer reviews. And another thing that I like to keep in mind too is when you're doing this and you're flipping arbitrage products with online arbitrage, you're not too worried about the rating. You just want to make sure that it at least has one review. If it's like a 2-star or a 2.5-star, that's when you kind of get a little bit worried. But if it's like a 3-star or 4-star, that's totally fine because you don't care about the listing long term. You're just trying to flip it fast. So that's just something to keep in mind. So the margin's good. It has at least one review. That all checks out. Let's check the bestseller rank. 18,000 in health and household. Looks pretty legit. I can check it on Jungle Scout, even though I already know that it's going to be selling it because it's relatively low in the category. So this is a good example of why it's important to have the Jungle Scout Chrome extension too, because the monthly sales are only 41, even though it's an 18,000 bestseller rank. So in health and household, that clearly means health and household doesn't have as high of a sales velocity in general with a category as something like maybe sport, home, or not home, as maybe like home and garden. Is that still even a category? Did they change the name? Or like sporting goods or something like that. So different ones. I'm not saying that they have more and this has less, but different categories fluctuate with sales velocity, and so it's important to know for sure and not play guessing games. Because if this were, closer to 100,000, it might only be selling 15 a month, and it's just something to keep in mind. But this is obviously good. It's selling 45 a month or 41 a month. Doesn't make any sense. 41 a month, 10 a day. But I might buy one or two of these. Another question I get asked a lot is, do you only buy one? Do you buy a couple? It depends product to product, but typically speaking, you're only allowed to claim one. If you are allowed to claim more on a certain product, I'll check it, because I'm not trying to steal the person's inventory. I think that's kind of, that's bad karma in my opinion. So if it does let you buy like 999 of them, I don't ever do that. The most I ever usually buy is like 5 to 10, and that's if the person has a lot of inventory, because typically what the coupon codes is the price that they are able to manufacture it at most of the time. So they're not taking that as a loss. You're just marking up and making the profit margin off their listing for like a day or two, and they're not losing any money on it. And you're actually helping them rank too, which is a good thing. So a little bit of semantics there, but I don't recommend that you buy a shitload of them. So don't go like 50 or 100. I know some people do that, and if that's what you want to do, that's your prerogative. I just personally think it's bad karma, so I don't ever go 5 to 10 max usually. But most of the time you're going to get one of them. So this all checks out. It's pretty good. Let's make sure that we can sell it. ASIN, take it into Seller Central, and we'll see. And you can. So you can sell it in new condition. So this is another great product. So I don't know why I forgot to keep that other one before. I'm actually save this one because I'm going to get this as soon as I hop off this video, because it's a great product. I should have bought the other one too, but I might go back and grab it. I don't want to buy it right now because it's going to show you my address, and I don't really want, the internet knowing where I live exactly. It's not something that excites me. Let's find a couple more, because there was a couple good ones here. We'll run through this one fast, okay? I'll just run through them fast. I'll show you a bunch of great other examples. 118 reviews. That's a good sign. This person's clearly invested in the product. The margin's there, $30. You're getting it for $4.50, and it is Prime. Nice. It's a good filled out listing, about 12,000. So I'm not even gonna check it because I know that's pretty good. And can I sell it? And we can not sell it. So you can't sell it as new, but you can sell it as used and collectible, which, that's your prerogative if you want to do that as well. That's another debate for another day, a long one. I have students that do that. I also do that from time to time if the margin's good enough and it's selling enough units. So if it's selling like 100 units a month, and I can sell it as used and still make a markup of like $10, I'm going to go ahead and do that. It just depends from product to product. It's hard to kind of give a one-size-fits-all answer for that, because it's going to depend on what you like to do, what you're willing to, what risk you're comfortable with taking. Because if you're selling it as used or collectible or anything like that, or used like new, you're not going to get the buy box. You have to have a new Prime thing to get the buy box, and so it's going to be sitting there potentially for maybe even a month, maybe just a week, maybe a couple of days, until somebody decides to buy a used like new item and hop off the buy box. Because as you'll see here, so this is a perfect example of it, somebody that's doing this themselves. So you're not going to get the add to cart, which is the buy box, but if somebody scrolls down and happens to see, oh, there's a used and a new one from $27.63, what is it like? Used like new by Amazon Warehouse. So this is exactly what somebody was doing, but this is clearly Amazon. So that's exactly what you would be doing. You'd be down like under the buy box, but still it can sell for a good profit margin. Especially, I like to do this. I'll list it used like new, and then in like the little right here it says item will come in original packaging. That's like where you can put like the condition note when you're putting it in Seller Central. I like to put, like literally like brand new, never opened, never used, nothing like, so they know that 100%. It's a great way to make more money, but you don't always have to do it that way. Let's check this one. So 30, 40, so that's roughly a $25 profit margin. Again, let's check it out. It's got 58 reviews. That's a good sign. Is it Prime? It is Prime. This person doesn't have a buy box, but that's totally fine in this situation because this technically is the buy box. And if you drop your price a little bit lower than the original seller, you're going to be the highest on the not buy box, if that makes any sense. So you'll be the first person that because nobody's going to buy the one under it, they're going to buy the top one. So it's the same as the buy box, it's just you don't get the buy box. The reason for that is there's a lot of different reasons it could be. The main reason that probably is because this is probably selling this exact item on, you know, somewhere else cheaper. So like eBay is a great example. Amazon hates that. So if you're selling it cheaper on another platform like eBay, they're going to take your buy box away. There's a lot of things that go into that, but that's just something to keep in mind. I don't know why I just X'd out of that. That was stupid of me, but let's check this item. So this is $154,000 in sports and outdoors. Might be a good example of a product that you might want to buy if you had the Jungle Scout Chrome extension. There's 58 reviews, so clearly they're going to reorder. Clearly they're invested in a listing. Although for the majority of people that don't have Jungle Scout, the extension, you're going to stay away from this because it's $154,000, but it might be selling more than 30 a month. Is not selling 12 a month. So you could buy this and probably flip it in like a week or two max. It's probably still a good item, and I buy things like this from time to time. But for the sake of just, you know, wanting to show you good products, I'm not gonna buy that today. But you could easily do that, and that's how you really scale up. Like once you're trying to get to like the 5,000 to 10,000 mark, and you're not hiring a VA or outsourcing other people to other IP addresses and other accounts to buy more, which is something else I talk about in the course and how you can do that. You can buy products like that because you're gonna be buying a lot that are gonna flip fast and paying you out. And the whole idea with it is to replenish your inventory and then ship it into FBA where it's gonna sell for you. So you're not necessarily too worried if 90% of your items are selling in a day or two, and then you have a couple of other items that are selling in like a week or two. It doesn't really matter because you're still getting paid for it all. The whole idea is you're buying it, replenishing your inventory, and sending it into FBA. Buying more on a daily basis. When they all come in, you have enough packages and items, shipping into FBA and collecting the money. It's super, super easy to do. Let's go through two more really fast. I'm not going to go through that many more because I don't want to waste your time. And you could do this all day, literally. I have 5 Snagchat accounts. You can have more. You just need a different phone number and a different email address. It's super, super easy. So this is Prime. It's got 3 stars, which is a little sketchy, but it is what it is. 10 customer reviews. That's a good sign. Let's keep going through. It's $200,000 in health and household, so probably another example of an item you don't want to buy. It has under 5 a month sales. I would say don't buy that. Let's move on. This one is a cell phone camera. It doesn't have any reviews. It's a bit sketchy, but let's check it out. 10.06 in cell phone and accessories. This is where I like to run the Jungle Scout Chrome extension to see if it had a review. I would do that. So this is a perfect example, actually. It's above 100,000 bestseller rank, so typically if people don't have Jungle Scout, they're going to stay away from it. But the numbers here show me that it's selling about 30 a month. So there's nothing necessarily wrong with buying this if it had a review. The fact that it doesn't have any reviews and it's really close to the borderline means I probably wouldn't buy it, but you probably could buy this and flip it, and it would still sell relatively easily. Let's find one more. I'm going to find a good one for you. This one's not bad. Let's check it out. What's the other one here? That. All right. So this has got a margin of at least $10, so that's a good thing. Let's check out the Amazon. I think that was like a margin of 11 or 12. I didn't really check. It's Prime. It's got a lot of reviews, so it might indicate that you can't sell it because usually people that have that many reviews are brand restricted because they've spent the money and spent the time to do that. Why wouldn't you? If you have a great listing like that, you might as well protect it. And all brand restricted means, so there's category restrictions and there's also brand restrictions. You can file for a brand restriction when you register your brand. That just means that you have to ask to be approved by that brand to sell it. That's all that basically means. So you can sell this. So you can sell this, which is great. It's probably selling a shitload. So it's $9,200 in sports and outdoors. Let's run the extension. It's selling $339. 339 sales a month, about 5,000 revenue from this. So we can sell it. This is a great product to buy, and the margin is roughly a little bit over 12, I think. A little bit over 12, so like 12.50. So, depending on how this would go, we might buy this, and you can buy one of these. Maybe this is a perfect example. I'll run you through. So I don't know if I want to do that because I don't want to show you my address. It's probably not a good idea. But so what's going to happen typically is if you add to the cart, and I don't know if I might have to black this out if it does, and then you're going to hit cart, and typically you can only buy one of these. I don't think my address is shown on this, right? No, I think that's the next page. So typically what you're going to do is you're going to buy one of these. And like I said, I don't recommend doing this, but you can if you want. And it's something I also teach in my course. You're going to switch the quantity to $9.99 and see what happens. So most sellers are going to limit you to 1 because they're smart with the coupon codes. Some sellers are going to limit you to 2. Some sellers are going to limit you to 3. Some sellers are not going to have a limit on it. You'll see that as you keep doing it. You get very, very good. You're going to scan. You're going to go add it to the cart. You're going to hit $9.99, see what you can buy it for. If this was unlimited, well, then I might go back and buy 10 of these because they're selling so fast, and that's $10 that I'm going to make per product. So 10 times 10 or 11 times 10 or whatever that is, what is that, 110? So that's 110 that I just bought and made from one product because I bought 10 of them. So that's a thing that you can keep in mind, but obviously this one's limited to 1, so you're only going to make $11 or $10 on this specific item. So that's going to wrap up Snag Shout, guys. I'm going to give you the second coupon code right now that we're through it. It's Santa, so S-A-N-T-A, S-A-N-T-A, just Santa. I don't know why I said it twice. It's just Santa, S-A-N-T-A. All caps, just like the one before. If you haven't claimed the one before and you still, or the other one's already claimed, you can use the coupon code Santa at checkout on Online Arbitrage Pro. The first link in the description. There's only one coupon code available to claim for that one as well. So whoever claims these 2 first, that's it. There's only 2 available today. So I wanted to give you guys some value, walk you through another Snag Shout. Obviously, I do this a lot faster. I hop on Snag Shout and can bang this out and find a bunch of products, maybe in like 10 to 15 minutes because I have 5 accounts, so it takes a while. But you can literally, it doesn't take long to do this, guys. It's super, super easy. You can hop on. I typically do it. When I scaled this up to like 10K, and I'm still sitting at like 5 to 8K right now, but I've since scaled it down a little bit, focused on creating content because I use this to cash flow my other businesses. But I would literally sit right over there, and I would, on that computer right there, you can't see it, but I'm pointing to it, and I would do this for like an hour or 2 in the morning, max, literally max. Sometimes it'd be like a half hour. I'd run through it really, really fast. And that's literally not just Snag Shout. That's all of the coupon sites. So I'd run through every single one. I'd buy a bunch of products and, every single day, 20 boxes would get delivered to my house or my apartment. And if you don't have a house or apartment that you can get boxes delivered to, it's totally fine. Another thing that I talk about is you can get them shipped to an Amazon locker and pick them up. It's very, very easy. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to answer them for you. But I'd go ahead and I'd buy products every day. I'd unpackage the boxes, package them back up, ship them into FBA, who would fulfill the orders for me. And literally, I just watch my seller account go up and up and up in revenue. It's super, super easy. It's beyond easy to do, guys. I can't even stress this enough. I keep trying to tell you guys, keep trying to tell the world, online arbitrage is super, super real. It's super, super easy. You can make 5 to 10 grand right from your computer without doing really much we're talking maybe 10 hours of work a week max, and that's buying stuff and repackaging up. Amazon's going to do 90% of the work for you. They're going to do all the customer fulfillment, all the shipping, all the packaging, all that stuff. They're going to do it for you. So if you guys are interested in this business model, like I said, 2 coupon code claims, 50 and Santa. Both of those are all caps, and you can put them in at checkout. If that's not you, if you can't claim them, Online Arbitrage Pro is the first link in the description. It will run you through not just Snag Shout, but 19 other websites roughly. It's about 65 lectures long now. It's great, great content, and it will teach you, yes, you, I'm looking right at you. It will teach you how to make 5 to 10 grand right from your computer doing online arbitrage just like I do. So hope you guys like this. I'll see you in the next one.